In an episode filled with shocking twists and dramatic decisions, Days of Our Lives plunges us into the chaos that is ravaging Salem. The day begins with devastating news: the hospital, which for so long stayed afloat thanks to the sacrifices and efforts of its characters, is about to declare bankruptcy. Seth, who leaves for California, drops the bomb on Stephanie and Kayla. The hospital will close permanently, and the blame falls on the decisions of Kate and Abe, who sank the health center. While Kayla burns with rage at seeing how the board prioritizes money over lives, Stephanie is determined and already has a public relations plan to save the hospital, urging Kayla to take a break and trust her strategy. Meanwhile, in another corner of Salem, the atmosphere turns intimate and romantic. Holly and Tate, initially complaining about the load of tasks and duties, immerse themselves in the anticipation of Valentine's Day. With plans in mind for a special dinner at the Horton cabin, Tate reveals that he has gotten the keys to Maggie's cabin and mischievously suggests they light a spark after dinner. Holly, completely smitten, is quick to make it clear that she wants him passionately. Just as the kissing is getting intense, Sophia bursts into the scene, interrupting the moment to talk about a new potential adopter, a former Sunday school teacher, backed by the love of Amy's mom. Sophia's urgency to meet the ideal match is contrasted by Holly's resignation, who wishes them luck as tensions mount. At the center of the action, Johnny and Chanel meet again in Horton Square, reminiscing about the dark episodes of Whitley's poisoning and discussing the future in Salem. Johnny reveals that Body and Soul is already off the table and suggests to everyone the possibility of moving to Los Angeles. Although Hattie has already accepted the deal, Johnny and Chanel are faced with the crossroads of their own future. Chanel, worried about the impending move after the tragedy of the miscarriage, asks if Johnny's decision is due to his past with Joy Wesley. Firmly, Johnny clarifies that his dream is to build a future with Chanel, without sacrificing his aspirations for the drama of the past. His commitment is reaffirmed. In Salem there are opportunities, but his desire is to start a family with Chanel, without additional complications. The tension reaches a high point in the love plot. Joy, bedridden in the hospital, confronts Alex and asks him directly if his reluctance to move to Los Angeles is due to his supposed connection with Stephanie. Alex tries to dissemble, but Joy is not fooled. She reproaches him for having seen him kiss Stephanie at the nurse's station, confirming rumors and making it clear that for her the trust has been irreparably broken. Although Alex apologizes, Joy announces with determination, "We are finished." Through tears and anger, Alex admits that he had been thinking about getting back together with Stephanie for weeks, which tears Joy apart, who feels betrayed and disoriented. Unable to find a direction, Joy contacts her mother, confessing her uncertainty about the future, while Alex, for his part, shares the news with Stephanie at the nurse's station, where they both acknowledge that they could have handled the situation better, but that the damage has already been done. On another front, the work environment becomes chaotic in the world of soap writers. Leo, immersed in his scripts and regretting the stories he was unable to tell, is surprised by Doug, his new assistant, who is ordered to forcefully vacate everything, since cutbacks have eliminated his positions. Although Doug remembers giving Holly money from an advance from Leo, the latter is adamant in stating that he has enough to consider it as a kind of severance pay. In the midst of this chaos, Seth reappears to announce that he is heading to Los Angeles, taking advantage of the hospital crisis, while Leo tries, in vain, to claim his place in the future of the community. Show's schedule. Doug, having lost his job, heads to the pub to inform Holly, who learns that Tate and Sophia may have found a couple to adopt, though Holly fears that the rush to finalize the adoption could backfire on everyone. With Doug's support, she sets out to help find new job opportunities in the community, proving that even in times of crisis, solidarity prevails. The plot thickens further when Sophia receives a call from Ellen announcing that the adoptive couple has backed out, leaving her and Tate to start over in the search for a home for their future child. As Sophia sinks into despair at not being able to meet her mother's high expectations, Tate strives to comfort her and maintain hope. Amidst all this disarray, Johnny and Chanel step in to provide support, while Holly struggles to cope, reminding everyone that despite the adversities, there are people who care and are willing to help. Chanel, in a loving gesture, comforts Tate, assuring him that even though things seem complicated, he is valuable and deserves the best. Finally, in the episode's closing moments, Stephanie and Alex say goodbye in a tender farewell that mixes the urgency of saving the hospital with the reunion of old feelings. Stephanie, determined to work all night to rescue the health center, receives Alex's offer of help, and they share a goodbye kiss while Joy watches, arms crossed, the collapse of what was once a relationship based on respect. Seth takes it upon himself to comfort Leo, reaffirming that the new producers are incompetent, and while Holly suggests that Doug try to look for a job at the Brady pub, everyone faces the harsh reality of having to start from scratch. In an emotional epilogue, Chanel and Johnny reflect on the ups and downs of their own story, recalling the difficult moments, such as the pain of loss and the uncertainty of trying again, but also showing the hope of a future full of love and new beginnings. With palpable determination, they embrace each other, showing that, despite everything, love and family continue to be the driving force that drives their characters amid the chaos of Salem. This recap of Days of Our Lives is a roller coaster of emotions, where personal tragedies, institutional crises, and romantic relationships intertwine in a vibrant narrative full of unexpected twists. Each character faces their own demons and challenges, but in the midst of the storm, solidarity, love, and hope manage to shine, proving that, even in the darkest moments, there is always a path to redemption and rebirth. Don't miss this in-depth analysis of an episode full of intrigue, betrayal, and new beginnings, and join us to discover how Salem prepares for an uncertain future, but full of possibilities.